Welcome back on Monday morning. All right, I have for you today some things for social studies. Hunter, I need you listening. Okay, you have a new set of states for this week. It is all the way down here at the bottom, states packet 2. I believe Alabama is the first one at the top. Those are due Friday. You'll have a quiz on Friday. Remember, you're not supposed to be using notes or anything else during these quizzes. You are supposed to be studying for these quizzes. So on Friday, the quiz will be not resumable, which means once you open it up, you cannot leave it. And if you leave it, then whatever you completed and whatever you did at that point is going to be the grade you got. Because you are not supposed to be going and searching and looking for these answers. You are supposed to be studying. That's why I'm giving you an entire week, and that's why I'm only giving you 10 states at a time. Okay? So it will be non-resumable, which means once you're in, you can't get out. Okay? And there will be no, oh, my iPad did it to me. Oh, I think it kicked me off. No. Once you're in, get it done so we can move on. Okay? You will not be able to go in and out of it multiple times. You won't be able to go in and out of it at all. So you need to study. As I mentioned, I mentioned to you guys. I don't think I mentioned it in the video. This packet, you will definitely do the capitals. I haven't looked at all of the states to see which ones specifically are in there and which ones I want to pull maybe some other landforms or bordering states. So those are things that I tend to look for. What states are bordering Alabama or Kentucky? Okay, what states have maybe a major river, or what states are by the ocean? What states have Great Lakes in them? Okay, those are the things I look for as I'm making these quizzes. So those are things you should be looking at and studying as you're labeling them. I'm not so much worried about all of those cities they're trying to have you label. Some of them have a lot of cities, and I'm not expecting you to memorize all the cities except for that capital city. Okay? So those are things to keep in mind. Capitals, major landforms, or bodies of water. Okay, that might be in there. Or even some of them will eventually have national parks, like Yellowstone and the Badlands are marked on a few of those states. So those are good things to know where they're located as well for that test on Friday. Okay? The other thing we're going to start, I'm going to move this closer here. Here we go. In social studies is a state project. So I have set up here the assignment information, and I'm going to pull that up and we're going to look at that. So I have broken down all of the things that I want you to find for one particular state in days. Okay, and it's going to go over the course of the next 2 weeks. So today is going to be the day 1 stuff, and we'll look at that in a minute. Here, it explains to you, this is on Schoology and the States Project. It's the first one open, State Project Assignment. It says you have been assigned a state to research below because I didn't want everybody to pick Florida or everybody to pick Hawaii. So I gave you a state that you're going to work on. Nobody got Indiana, okay? It says you'll follow the directions over the next several days to complete your final project. So there will be a project, it'll be a poster, and you'll be presenting. Nobody needs to rush out and buy a poster right now because I have some here. Those of you at home, if you need a poster board, let me know. Or if you just have a bigger sheet of paper that you could do it on, because you're going to have a minute to share things or post to updates. So I'm not necessarily requiring those at home to have a poster board. If you want one, let me know, and I have some here. I'll get you one. Otherwise, just a large piece of paper is fine. So we'll share those in a few weeks when we're done. And it says details when we get closer. Each day, you will check updates for what items need to be researched about your state. Today, you're going to open day 1. We're going to look at those. You're going to complete those assignments. Okay. Tomorrow will be new tasks, and it'll be called day 2. And so on. These findings should be collected in your social studies notebook on the very last page. So who has a social studies notebook handy I could borrow here quick? Get it out. Let's see it. Maya has one. I'm not going to show any of your notes. That's fine.
Mine's a mess,
You're fine. I won't show the one page. So this is the front of the notebook. More than likely you have notes in the front of the notebook. I want you to turn to the back of the notebook and start taking your notes here. And then as you fill this page, you'll turn your notes this way and continue filling. Okay? So you're kind of working backwards in the notebook. And I'm having you do that because then you can find them. Don't open up the notebook and pick a random page in the middle, because then we never find those notes again. They're like lost forever. Okay, so if you don't have any room in your social studies notebook, use a different notebook. Okay, all the way to the back. Write States Project, day 1 at the top of the first page, so you can see what you're going to be doing. Okay, and then all that information that you're collecting and gathering will eventually start picking items to put on the poster board when we get closer. And I'll go over that once it comes time for making our posters. Okay, so here in this assignment, everybody's name should be here. I just did first names. My class, all of those at home learning, and Mrs. Bush's class are all listed here. Okay, I have papers I'll post here in the classroom. This way you can see it here, or you'll have it on paper. Okay? And I just, alphabetical order for the states, alphabetical order for names. I didn't pick and choose, I just copy and paste it. Okay? We're not switching. What you have here is the state you're working with. Okay? We're not changing or switching or bargaining, Canyon, with other people. Okay? This is it. All right. So today's day 1. Now you see, I already have some. I have more to add, but I have some hidden here. You can't see those because they're unpublished. Today is day 1, history of your state. Let's see. There it is. And it says you're going to find the following. I need to fix the word information about your state. So date of statehood. What year, what day, what year did it become a state? Okay, each state is a little different, so you're going to have to look that up for your state. Important dates in your state's history. Okay, you might list maybe the name of, or the date that the first governor became the first governor. Okay, or the day that they built the state capitol house. Okay, the building that they use for that. Okay, that's the nation. So that's what you're looking for there. Okay, any other important dates that might be listed when you look for that, you can write those down. Here it says how and or why it became a state, and you might find some different things. You might only find the how. You might only find the why. Okay, either way. You just sat on her desk, thank you. Okay? You might only find one or the other. You may not find both, and you might run across both. Okay? Give me some information about how did this state come about? Why is it a state? How is it a state? Okay? It could be many various reasons. We know some of the states that we talked about in the 13 colonies were for religious reasons, right? We know that indentured servants moved to some of them and stayed there, and it eventually became a state. Okay? So think about how those states were as colonies, where they weren't quite states yet. And the last one says early exploration and or first people who lived there. So who explored it? Who were the first people that lived there? What did they find? What did they learn? Okay? What kind of information did they gather about your particular state? All right, so today is day 1. These are the only 4 items that you have to put, that are required for you to find. If you find more, you're welcome to write them down. Okay, so that's the start for day 1. John, question?
Is it okay if I get 10 or 10 to 11 pages and staple them?
Yeah, that's fine. If you don't have a notebook, loose leaf paper, staple it and just keep it in a safe spot. Okay. Wyatt?
So this is sort of like the thing that we did in 3rd grade. It's where it was about country. Like a country like Brazil, Jamaica. I got no.
You did like a report on a different country? Oh, okay. It could be. All right, other questions about this project? All right, so social studies today. 3, I need you listening. 2, Josh, you have the states packet, which you don't have to do all of it today. I would maybe save that for last. If I have time, get 1 or 2 states done. Tomorrow we have iLearn testing here, so that's something that maybe you can work on, or label capitals when you're finished with that. Okay, so you have all week to work on that. I would work on this first, and other work that might need to get finished. So social studies today, working on the state project, and then your state packets. Number 2, I think I called it. Okay.